methods of data collection. There are two methods of data collection. They are primary method of data collection and another one is secondary method of data collection. Data collected from the primary source is known as primary data. Data collected from the secondary source is known as secondary data. Then methods of collecting primary data. There are 6 different methods of collecting primary data. They are direct interview, indirect interview, local agencies, questionnaire method, schedule method, and observation method. Let us see the different methods of primary data collection. First one is direct interview method. In this method, this researcher directly meet the respondents and collect the data. In this method, they can able to know the respondents of the now let us study the different methods of primary data collection. First one is direct interview method. In this method, the researcher directly meets the respondents and collect the data. Here it is possible to know the responses of the respondents immediately. The important merits of this method is it is reliable, more confident, more information can be collected, able to assess the accuracy of the data, can be motivated, able to know whether correct information is given by the respondents.
The book.
Second one is indirect interview method. In this method, the researcher, instead of contacting the respondent, third method is information collected from local agencies. In this method, that researcher can collect data through the local agencies. For that, he has to pay fees. The local agencies send representatives and through that they can collect the data. This method is mostly adopted by publications of newspapers, journals, magazines, etc. Government may also collect data through this method. Fourth one is questionnaire method. This is a popular method. In this method, questionnaires are printed and it should be sent through mail. Google Forms are also used for this purpose. In questionnaire method, when questions are sent, it is the duty of the respondents to fill up the question and send it back. In Google Form, they can immediately submit by filling the questions and just pressing the button of submit, then immediately it will reach the researcher. But the important drawbacks in this method is that the respondents may not properly respond for the questions. Suppose 500 questions are sent to respondents, then it is possibility of getting 100 or 150. Thereby, more questions should be printed and sent to many respondents for collecting data. A model questionnaire is given related to the consumer satisfaction with regard to two-wheeler bikes. A few questions have been given as a model. Like that, questions should be printed. As far as possible, the questionnaire should be of yes or no type or multiple choice question for the convenience of the respondents. Then only they will respond and send it back. fifth method is schedule method. In this method, the researcher meets the respondents with the printed questionnaires. He asked questions as per the questionnaire and write the answer by himself. Thereby, it is possible to collect reliable data, as well as you can able to get all the questions at a time. Difference between questionnaire and schedule. Both the method is with the printed structured questionnaire, and as far as the questionnaire method is concerned, these questions are sent through mails to all the respondents. Whereas in the schedule method, the researcher meets the respondents in person and ask questions and fill up the questions by himself. The major difference is in the questionnaire method, the respondents fill up the questions, whereas in the schedule method, the researcher fill up the questions. Difference between questionnaire and schedule. Both the method is with the printed structured questionnaire, and as far as the questionnaire method is concerned, these questions are sent through mails to all the respondents. Whereas in the schedule method, the researcher meets the respondents in person and ask questions and fill up the questions by himself. The major difference is in the questionnaire method, the respondents fill up the questions, whereas in the schedule method, the researcher fill up the questions. Qualities of good questionnaire. The questionnaire should be as small as possible, should be simple, arranged in natural logical order, with easy words. Better to have yes or no type questions and multiple choice questions. Sixth one is observation method. In this method, data are collected by noticing the responses of the respondents. Example, collecting data regarding the taste, preference, color of products, road accidents, festival celebrations, etc. There are two types of observation method. One is direct observation method and another one is indirect observation method. In the direct observation method, observations conducted through the knowledge of the respondents. The respondents know that they are being observed. Example, the attitude of college students inside the campus and outside the campus can be studied through observation by knowing that they are being observed. Then second one is indirect observation method. This is opposite to direct observation method. In this method, that respondents do not know that they are being observed. The same example can be taken. That attitude of college students within the campus and outside the campus can be studied without the knowledge of the students, and they should not be know that they are being observed. The second major type of collecting data is secondary source of data. There are two sources. One is published source and another one is unpublished sources. First one, let us see the published sources. In the published sources, first one is government publications. That is, government may publish data related to the economy, income and expenditure, budget, etc. That examples are Central Statistical Organization, Labor Bureau, Director of Economic and Statistics, etc. So many organizations of government may publish data related to the economy and related to the social fact matters of the country. Second one is semi-government publications. Example, Reserve Bank of India, the Institute of Foreign Trade, etc. are publishing data related to the economy, trade, forex reserve, etc. They are all autonomous institutions. Reserve Bank of India published periodically about the current economical status like inflation, then wholesale prices, then status of the forex reserve, value of currency, etc. Then third one is publication of research institutes. Research institutes also are conducting research and having data. They are like Labor Research, Indian Standard Institute, etc. They publish reports of their research. Fifth one is newspapers and journals. It contains lot of information for the research. The researchers can select as per their research topic. The archives of it also contain lot of information about the past. Then sixth one is publication of trade association and Chamber of Commerce. Trade associations like Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce, Paper Manufacturers Association, Jute Mills Association, etc. published respective research reports which are the best source of secondary data. Then that seventh one is international publications. The international organizations like United Nations Organization, UNO, International Labour Organization, that is ILO, International Monetary Fund, that is IMF, then World Health Organization, that is WHO, are also publishing lot of information regarding to the respective field. Now, unpublished sources. So in the secondary data, there are two types. One is published sources, another one is unpublished sources. In unpublished sources, research is conducted by the individuals, that is a thesis, and the research conducted by private business concerns. they are also having their own research findings kept in their office. So that can be considered as unpublished sources for a researcher to get information.